Okay, he's on the line. You ready for this?
No. But if it's the only way to get these things off, I say we jump into it.
Alright then. Here we go.
So, pitiful mortals, you must be desperate indeed to supplicate yourself before my awesome power.
No.
I beg your pardon?
Both of us have seen Suburban Nights.
Not only that, the Mystorians have you categorized as a Class 2 mystic threat.
Well then, you clearly see your folly in seeking my counsel.
A Class 2 is the equivalent of that guy in the local comic shop who monopolizes the staff's time with his inane conspiracy theories about how Howard the Duck is the secret puppet master of the entire Marvel Universe and is banging Aunt May on the side.
Look, she's acting as his secretary now. Can you clearly not see the... Damn it! Alright, what do you want?
What do you know about the Vincula Vindictae?
Ah, the Vincula Vindictae. A nasty little curse to place on one's enemies.
Yeah, look, we already know the basics. They drain the victim's life force until they complete a series of tasks to earn the keys needed to remove them.
If you know that, then why did you need to speak to me?
Look, the pain is getting worse. Is this supposed to happen?
Yes, it is. As each task is completed, it becomes a race of sorts for the victim to complete all the tasks before the bracelet saps all of the life force from him. As each task is completed, the pain only increases. Tell me, how many keys do you have right now?
Around 8. I had 3 on my end, and Khan has 5 on his.
That may present a problem. Typically, once all the tasks are completed, you need to have all the keys in the same place to undo the lock. Although... ...
Yes?
I may have heard a few things about breaking the curse with fewer than the 13 keys necessary to undo the lock.
Really? How? Tell us.
I might be persuaded if...
Yeah, saw this coming. There's always a catch.
Well, if you don't want my help.
No, we do. We definitely do. Khan, shut up please for just this one moment and let the man talk.
I have my fingers in a few sinister soups. I may need some help later down the line if you were to promise me a future favor.
Well, I guess. But I am definitely not killing anyone. I'm against killing.
Wouldn't dream of asking. And you?
I don't do magic, and I don't have access to advanced tech either.
Are you sure? Very well, let's phrase it like this. Should you find yourself in a situation where you can be of assistance to me, you will repay the favor in full if and when such an event occurs. Agreed?
Alright, but only if that happens, which I highly doubt.
Very well. Legend has it that one victim of the Vincula Vindictae was able to break the curse with 9 keys. He kept extensive notes and I just happened to have access to them.
Oh, gee whiz, how convenient.
Yes, isn't it? In any event, I should be able to provide you with those notes in exchange for the favors we discussed. With a little extra research, I may even be able to provide you with a counter curse to get those keys to work, even if they aren't in the same place. Agreed?
I don't know. I mean, honestly, I think... God! God! God!
Of course, if you'd rather risk a horrible, agonizing death.
No. We'll do it. We'll do it.
All right. Fine. We have a deal.
Excellent! I'll cobble together those notes and have them to you in a few days. Anything else?
Oh, thank you. You've been really helpful.
Well, that's the least I could do for you. Now that the Mistress of Despair is gone, there's room at the top of the black circles. I should really be thanking you. Anyway, I'll be in touch.
Oh, God. I really hope we haven't made a huge mistake.
I guess we'll have to find out. Because once we're done with this review, and we get the 9th key, and if he comes through for us, we'll be able to end this once and for all. Alright, let's do this.
You sure?
Yes. Why?
Oh, yay!
Oh dear God, no! Get away!
Are you okay?
I'll be alright. I'll push through it. I think.
Alright then. This is Frights Camera Action. Frights Camera Action was released on DVD on March 25th, 2014 in conjunction with the Haunted Hauntlywood doll line from Mattel. Again, there's no prologue this time, so we just jump right into the credits where we see our favorite ghouls and some movie poster homages. Some which are spoofing specific movies, while others are just spoofing types of posters. Although I will say I actually want some of these as actual posters, especially the last one homaging The Craft.
The movie opens with the characters watching a movie. Huh.
I am not the ghoul you think I am.
Vampire Scaritage requires you to reveal all of your secrets before your coronation as queen.
Oh my ghoul. Tots fake.
Ah, jeez. You know, unless it's MST3K or some of the stuff that's spun off from it, I really hate it when people talk during the movie.
Yeah! We like to know what's happening in the film.
But my entire wardrobe is coordinated to match the exact shade of my hair.
So Cleo gets back to Monster High before Peter?
Ugh.
Well, at least they got that right.
Ugh. What the hell was that?
I don't know. But I felt like it was something awesome that got turned into something bad.
This is the best movie ever. And Veronica Von Vamp as the queen? Fantastic!
Oh God, no. Don't tell me.
Yeah, sorry, but it's time
No!
once again
Don't you dare, Con.
for another round
I'm going to call Lizzie right now to stop her from doing the artwork.
of Who's That Ghoul? Hoodooed Voodoo. We weren't kidding when we said back in Fright On that Frankie made hoodooed. She did, at a point when she was trying to gain popularity by having a boyfriend. He did not take her eventual rejection well.
You're breaking up with me after all we've been through? Why? Why? Ah!
Since then, he's been attending Monster High and generally being comic relief, especially since as a living voodoo doll, anytime he injures himself, those around him are the ones who feel the pain.
He's also the most annoying character add to any franchise since Jar Jar Binks.
Hang on just a minute, I think that's going a little...
I just had to come over and talk to you.
Oh, wow.
You're perfectly awesome.
I must be dreaming. I'd pinch myself, but I wouldn't feel it.
Never mind, you're absolutely right, so let's move on.
Please! She is a disgrace to Vampire Scaritage. Hauntlywood got it all wrong. I was there. Did you know vampires haven't had a proper queen for over 400 years? But this is totally fake!
You don't like Veronica because you believe she doesn't take her Scaritage seriously? Draculaura, she is an actress. She is acting in a romanticized film series on the Vampire Court. You can't just hate this one person all because of her film roles in this franchise.
You better get used to her. The Vampire Majesty movies are the most popular ever made.
Popular does not mean good.
Yeah, I mean, how do you think Zack Snyder still gets work?
They used an ancient jewel, the vampire's heart, that was supposed to magically lead the way to the future queen. The search has gone on for 400 years, but they haven't found her. So now wouldn't that make a much better movie?
I'll say, ouch! Who, dude? Ah! Sorry, Heath. I still can't control my voodoo powers.
First, bad line reading there. Second, why did you shock him the second time? I mean, yes, Heath can be annoying, but he doesn't deserve that.
says the woman who I strongly suspect has plans to throw Hoodoo into a wood chipper.
What? I can't hear over the sounds of wood chipper. I just summoned with magic. Why did I turn this on? Anyway, everybody heads back to Monster High and starts joking about Draculaura possibly being the vampire queen.
Unfortunately, since this is still high school, any joke made by a circle of friends will immediately be used against the person the joke is currently about by the local bullies.
You, the queen, you don't even have your vampire powers yet.
I never said.
You think you're all bad. But what have you ever done?
Lorelai and Gory. Together? That's not a good combination.
Kale and chocolate ice cream are a bad combination. This is a full-on disaster just waiting to happen.
Draculaura, you have something amazing in you. I feel it in here.
Adding that to the reasons Rebecca is awesome list. Huh? Oh, thank you.
From here, we go to Transylvania, where we meet our villain for the movie, Lord Stoker, who has been acting as, let's call him the Vampire Prime Minister, ever since the vampire's heart disappeared. However, it would appear that the Vampire Council is growing tired of waiting for the new queen to be found.
The search for the queen is taking too long. We need a true leader. Vampires are forgetting their scaretage.
Look at me, I bought this suit at a yard sale Valentine was holding for Lilith's sake.
So Stoker does some fast talking, claims to have already found the queen, which is, of course, a lie.
Igor means yes, master. Oh, yes. In fact, her coronation is next week.
That is the look of a man who is completely screwed.
Once we have a queen, I will no longer be in charge.
Ah, yes.
I am the only one who knows what's good for vampires.
Right, like how the council just told you others of your own kind are losing interest in their scaretage, and one of the vampire schools is about to close? Good job there, buddy.
With the vampire's heart having been stolen by his niece 400 years ago, Stoker knows he's going to have to create a new queen, one that will do what he says. And guess who he decides on?
I remember her from court. She was always so naive, insecure, and feeble. I imagine she doesn't even have her vampire powers yet.
After getting picked on by Gory and Torline in class, Draculaura gets called into Bloodgood's office thinking she's in deep trouble, only to discover something else.
Lord Stoker? What are you doing here?
I was led to you by the vampire's heart.
Okay, the cloaked vampire should have seen that because Igor is clearly in front of them.
You know, that's a really good point. So, let's just ask him. Hey guys, what gives?
I can't see a thing in these robes. Why are we wearing them again?
Because Lord Stoker thinks they look cool.
It's all bullshit anyway.
No kidding.
At this point, Frankie and company show up to appeal on Draculaura's behalf.
Headmistress Bloodgood, Gory has been picking on Draculaura all day.
So has Torline. Did you forget about her too? This is like why the girls fall in love all over again.
Stoker insists they have to leave for Transylvania immediately, but naturally Draculaura is still uneasy about the prospect of being queen and possibly leaving Monster High for good.
Don't worry, I will take care of all the messy details. The heart chose you for a reason. It is for the good of your people.
Yes, the greater good.
The greater good?
Shut it!
Yes. Of course you set that up. Wow, we haven't seen that one in a while.
Naturally, Draculaura insists on bringing her friends along, and just as naturally, Bloodgood agrees.
Hate to be a bummer, Draculaura, but Ghoulia, Frankie and I have a major Clockulus project due next week.
We're totes happy for you.
Shut up, Frankie.
Oh crap. Hey, Crash? Yeah, sorry, never mind.
Wait, what?
Yeah, I completely forgot to tell you. Frankie's not actually a part of this particular story, so we're not doing the Shut Up Frankie gag this time.
Oh, come on, man. I had to juggle a new Patreon catch-up quickie, a review for the new Attila garbage, a new Diva reviews, and a new full-length episode for the new channel just to make time for this cameo. You don't want to mess with her. She's really mean.
Yeah, Crash, this one's on us. Maybe next time? Please?
Yeah, next time my ass and your red,
Wait, Crash, no! What about our crossover we're playing together? Come on! I can give you cake! I can summon cake with magic! Come on! No! Oh. Great. He's mad at the both of us.
Yeah, I feel bad about that. Remind me to send him a nice fruit basket or some vintage vinyl or something.
Yeah, wait a second. Frankie's not going? Really? Less characters to focus on? Am I dreaming? Ow! No, not dreaming. This is real life. If I was dreaming, this film will have no hoodoo.
Anyway, yeah, by this point, the cast of characters has gotten so large that the writers started taking chances of shuffling which characters any given story would be about, to the point that Frankie doesn't really take center stage much anymore. In fact, out of the remaining films in this series, Frankie's only really a major player in the next one, and then she kind of just steps out of the limelight. But we're getting ahead of ourselves.
Draculaura is the queen?
Please don't tell me he's doing what I think he's doing.
And so Draculaura, along with Cleo, Claudine, and Rebecca, heads off to Castle Dracul in Transylvania. Along the way, Draculaura fills in her friends on the intrigue of the vampire court.
Stoker wanted control over all other types of monsters. The whole court was divided.
This scene is actually pretty lengthy and a massive exposition dump, so here's the cliff notes. Stoker's younger brother was best friends with Count Dracula, and sometime later, Stoker's brother disappeared, leaving Stoker the guardian of his daughter, Elizabeth. Dracula and Stoker argued over Elizabeth's future, but before Dracula could help Elizabeth leave, she also disappeared. Additionally, Rebecca jumps in at key points in the story, mentioning her father, Hezekiah Steam, was in Transylvania at the time, and guesses exactly what happened to Stoker's younger brother.
Wow, good guess.
I feel like I knew this story.
Whoa! Glamorous vampire court! Here I come! Whoa!
I was right. And I'm not happy that I was right.
Oh, believe me, none of us are.
After our montage showcasing the castle, the girls finding secret passageways, and Hoodoo being an idiot, Draculaura is summoned to Stoker's study where she finds the vampire's heart. But there's a problem.
Huh?
Oh, the batteries just probably need to be changed.
I just touched the heart, but it didn't light up. What gives?
No need to worry your pretty little head. I just have to change the batteries and it... Uh-oh.
See?
Great job there, buddy. Telling her that it is fake and everything you said to her was a complete lie. You need to brush up on your villainy skills a bit. Though he does redeem himself as a villain, trying to get Draculaura into his grasp, telling her his plans for vampires to reign supreme over all monsters, and promising that she'll live a life of luxury as queen.
There will be strict rules to ensure that we return to our former glory as the most respected and feared monsters in the land.
You know what? Any sort of joke we make at this point is going to be outdated within 6 months of this video going public. So, insert your own snarky political commentary here. Draculaura tells her friend Stoker's plan, and they decide to find out where the real vampire's heart and the true queen are. Deciding to search Stoker's study for clues as to where the heart may have gone, Draculaura distracts Stoker, claiming she'll go along with his plan, while the other three head for the study.
How do we sneak in? That Igor guy's not exactly the roundest gizmo in the gear, but he's not leaving that door.
There has to be a secret passage, but
Where?
Hey, ghouls!
Who, dude?
Did you miss me?
Yes. But my aim is getting better.
This place is loaded with secret passages. See?
Whoa. So his entire purpose and the entire film was to show them a secret passageway? Excuse me for 1 minute, folks. Yeah.
After some searching, the girls find a note from Elizabeth to Count Dracula, revealing that she discovered she is the next vampire queen, but being certain that Stoker will use her position for his own ends, she stole the vampire's heart and ran off with it, hoping to meet the Count in Lundum. Yes, Lundum. You know, just a quick jump across the English Channel from Scaris. Anyway, Elizabeth hoped to hand the heart off to Dracula for safekeeping until another vampire queen arose, but obviously with Draculaura's family being chased out of Transylvania shortly afterwards, that never happened. 1 second. Night! Breathe!
I'm okay. I'm okay. I will be just fine. The gang grabs Draculaura and tells her the news. Then they head out to another secret passage to an underground cavern with a dock and rowboat.
It'll take us a century to get to Lundum and that old thing.
How about a steamship?
Cool!
So awesome! Rebecca rules!
Back at Monster High, we find out that the primary, in fact, only subplot in this movie is the ongoing debate over which actor in the Vampire Majesty movies is cuter.
Yes, this is spoofing the Team Edward, Team Jacob thing. We would usually skip this, but this subplot is relevant to the main story. No joke.
I don't think so, Gulia. It's better if people don't know Draculaura's looking for the vampire's heart. Or Elizabeth.
Y'all know I don't like secrets. Unless I'm in on them. What you got?
Pushy, but still awesome in her pushiness. Let's check on the group in Lundum, though.
Rebecca, come on.
Oh, sorry. Coming. That's William Spooksphere. He was the most famous playwright ever. For 400 years, he's been inspiring actors, directors, and writers like me.
Claudia! Hey, big sis, thanks for helping.
Sure, we wolves are known for our loyalty.
Huh, so Claudia has a Jersey accent. Guess the wolves are from New Jersey.
As long as they don't get a reality show on MTV, I'm fine with that.
Stoker figures out where they've gone and sends Igor to get them back. Meanwhile, the gang heads to the Crown Jewels, believing Elizabeth's next clue is there, only for Hoodoo to cause trouble, taking the crown and causing the guards to chase them. Claudia looks inside the crown, finds nothing inside, and returns it. Stumped, they reread the clue, and Claudia realizes what the actual answer is.
A crown can also mean the top of the head, or more relevantly, a skull.
I think I like the regular kind of crowns better.
I can't explain this, but I feel like I've been here before.
Either Rebecca has good intuition, or it has something to do with her father.
What?
Think about it. He was in Transylvania at the time, so he might have seen the vampire's heart before he traveled overseas.
You're close. Keep watching. The girls find Elizabeth's next note, indicating she left Lundum for the Boo World. Specifically, the city of New Orleans, where, as it turns out, Dracula took Draculaura when she was younger. But more interestingly, Rebecca's father was living in the city while she was being constructed. Naturally, the gang heads off, with Claudia tagging along and Igor in not-so-hot pursuit. Meanwhile, back at Monster High, the debate over the cuter jackass in the Vampire Majesty movies escalates and gets even more stupid.
How about you, Twyla?
Well, who do you like?
Come on.
looks don't make the monster. I mean, it's what's in his heart that counts. You can't judge a bat by its wings, right?
That's pretty good advice, Twyla. I think you're becoming one of my favorites.
But as cool as she is, this subplot is not. So, let's go to New Orleans. The gang heads for the bayou, where we see Elizabeth's next stop is a quite literal ghost ship.
Can I say this is amazing? If it's the atmosphere of New Orleans and even regular Orleans to a T. The ship is a floating theater called the Bijou on the Bayou, and while the ghouls marvel at the interior, it seems they're not alone.
Ghouls, I think you should look at this.
Oh my goodness, the predator is going to kill you, dude.
What is it? Sweet suffering swamp moss. Hey, y'all are in my shot.
Who are you?
I'm Honey Swamp. Pleased to make y'all's acquaintance.
Honey mentions that Veronica Von Vamp's first performance was on the Bijou, but the conversation's interrupted when Igor tries to hijack the boat. Fortunately, Honey has...
I got friends in low places.
Getting really tired of these movies stealing my jokes. Get out!
Well, I was hoping she'd say she's got friends on the other side.
Oh, for crying out loud. Will you stop with the Disney references?
Never! After their escape, they look through Honey Swamp's camera to find any clues until spotting a framed note revealing Alyssa gave the vampire's heart to someone she trusts. Unfortunately, she doesn't indicate who that person was. At a dead end, they believe all hope is lost until Claudia brings up something about all stories.
If I were writing this, I would use a literary device. Foreshadowing. Or symbolism, perhaps.
Or what about just putting it on a poster?
Well, not super subtle. But I guess if it served the story.
No, there on the poster. Veronica Von Vamp.
Oh. Wait. Did this movie just get meta to write itself out of a corner?
Hey, it worked for demo reel. Believing Veronica Van Vamp might have the vampire's heart, they all set out to Hollywood to find her.
Back at Monster High, tensions rise between Toralei and Howleen over the increasingly stupid who's hotter argument.
Weird. Alucard. Ed Weird.
Gulia, right. This which boy is cuter argument is totes cray-cray.
We better do something, or it's the Ghost Fields and McFangs all over again.
He looks like he has bat breath. Those are fighting words. Roar!
Oh no.
Night, what the hell are you...
Phew. Oh. You can never be too careful in those situations. Are you okay, Con?
What?
Oh dear. I think I'm gonna cover the next couple lines.
Why would you want to smother some limes?
Abrar chimes in by decreeing the dispute between which vampire is cuter will be settled in, I kid you not, cute court. Meanwhile, the gang arrive in Hollywood with a montage because padding before arriving in front of the studio Veronica is filming her latest movie at.
I got this.
Name?
No, you give me your name, because I am Cleo Denial. That's denial, as in the denials, and one call to my father and I'll have you transferred to the night shift in Frightberia for the next 100 years if you don't open that gate this instant!
Yes, ma'am. Miss Denial. Right away. Here you go.
I am impressed.
Cleo is a badass! Though it does bring up an interesting point. I mean, is her family well known, given the fact that her sister is a famous supermodel and all?
After Igor reports from Hollywood, Stoker decides to take matters into his own hands and sets off to intercept the ghouls.
I shall remain in charge forever!
I
his voice. Oh, play that again.
I have her now.
And that is how you completely undermine what little menace your villain has.
Back on the lot, the ghouls have their first celebrity encounter.
Hey, watch out!
Whoa, 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 oh!
Oh, Mr. Scarantino, I wasn't looking. Nice going, Viperine. Let me wind that for you.
Opening shot. Zombies to the left, zombies to the right. Cue the music. Enter the hero. But who? Gotta dig up some old star and resurrect their career. Note to self, pack a shovel. Ninjas! Why didn't I think of that? Put it in the movie.
An Edgar Allan Poe robot with the personality of Quentin Tarantino. I can actually see that, and I'm okay with this.
Meanwhile, the ghouls help out the makeup ghoul, Viperine Gorgon. And here's some interesting trivia. As you can tell, Viperine is a Gorgon, like Deuce. But the thing is, this actually goes one step further. According to her official backstory that comes with the fashion doll of Viperine, her mother is actually one of Medusa's sisters, and since Medusa is Deuce's mom, well, that technically makes Viperine and Deuce cousins. Now, I don't know if the script for this movie was written before the doll backstory had been worked out, but honestly, if the writers had gone with that, it would have made it a lot easier for the characters to get onto the lot. All they'd have to do is have Cleo call Deuce to set things up so Viperine could get them in. Although, admittedly, this wouldn't have been as funny as Cleo's hissy fit.
Back at Monster High, Q-Court is in session with Twyla presiding for some reason.
I just want to jump in here and say I love the music that plays in the background, clearly doing a riff on the Law and Order theme. The camera work does the exact same thing.
Your Honor, Alucard's adorable face and great smile makes him clearly the cuter monster.
If you want perfect face, you just have to look at Edward. Order.
Oh, look, Twyla's reflecting how the audience is feeling right now. Back in Hauntlywood, now that we've finally introduced all these new characters, it's time to get them out of the way so our core cast of ghouls can be involved in the climax. We do this quickly and efficiently. First up, Claudia.
You've changed the woo to so authentic, so raw, so wolfy. It's brilliant. You have got to help me with the rest of the script.
Oh, goodbye, guys. I hope you find a... Whoa!
Next, time for Honey to get out of the way with another spoof on a famous director. In this case, a ghost version of Sofia Coppola.
Go on. This is your scream.
Yup. There's nobody better if you're talking about a camera and a swamp. Well, I can rack a focus while changing lenses on a backtrack Steadicam.
Whoa. What does that even mean?
It means Honey Swamp knows her equipment like any aspiring filmmaker. Hey, if they're dropping off characters that did little to the film, does that mean...
2 steps ahead of you.
You got the job.
Hooray!
In Hauntlywood, triple threat means dust, mop, sweep.
Oh well, at least I'm in showbiz. Ha-cha-cha!
This isn't show business! This is your job, you stupid mother fudger!
You know, I don't think I've ever seen anybody hate a character this much. And I say that as somebody who will, given the opportunity, rant about River Tam for hours.
Oh, he's earned a spot on my list of the most annoying characters next to Giacomo, Christy, and Rachel Berry.
Back at Monster High, we finally come to the end of this inane subplot when Twyla asks Ghoulia during court what the science says about which guy is cuter. Because science can totally measure subjective things like physical attractiveness.
Uh-huh. They're the same actor? Digitally composited to seem like 2 different boys?
Whoa! What an unexpected development!
Basically, they could have looked it up on IMDb or even the end credits of the film franchise. But what does Twyla gotta say to finish up this case.
In the case of Alucard versus Ed Weird, I find that you can't judge a bat by its wings.
Thank you, Twyla, for repeating that line, which, honestly, now that I think about it, makes absolutely no goddamn sense in this context. Anyway, you remember how we mentioned that the subplot is relevant to the main plot? Well...
What is it, Gulia? Couldn't be. Could it?
Oh, forget the cheap suspense. Elizabeth has been Veronica the whole time. It's pretty obvious.
The girls find Veronica's trailer and with a little help from Viperini, get access to talk to her. Once confronting the actress, Draculaura tells her about the journey to find the vampire's heart and the real queen.
Listen, not all of us were meant to do great things. She should be proud that she was born to do something so amazing.
Unfortunately, Veronica refuses to help locate Elizabeth, but Draculaura decides to keep looking for her. And it's at this point that Stoker arrives on set. Literally.
I've got you, Your Highness.
Stoker makes standard villain gloating speech number 593. Haha, I have won and you can't do anything to stop me. But Veronica steps in and Scaratino films the whole thing. For some reason. Meanwhile, Ghoulie and our brother arrive to reveal what they found out.
This is the turning point in monster history.
Did she tell ya? No, what?
It is time to raise the curtain on a new act.
Get on with it.
Yes, get on with it.
Obviously, Veronica is Elizabeth, but that still leaves the matter where the vampire's heart is.
Rebecca, take my hand.
Whoa, amazing.
I gave the vampire's heart to your father, Hezekiah Steam, to keep safe. So he put it in the safest place of all. It led you ghouls to me.
Wow, that's actually pretty cool. And it does explain how Rebecca had all those hunches and strong senses throughout the whole entire film. But wasn't her heart a gear back in Friday Night Frights?
Retcons! They're not just for bloated comic book plot lines anymore. Anyway, with Stoker vanquished, well, there's only one thing left to do.
At the movie premiere and coronation, Alyssa is awarded the Silver Claw and is crowned the new vampire queen. In the process, Draculaura is finally granted her vampire powers due to her efforts to find said queen. Oh yeah, and Hoodoo gets to be Elizabeth's date, though God knows why. But at least Igor gets to see his first movie.
This is great and all, but I feel like the subplot needs a wrap-up of some kind.
Is this seat taken?
Look at that chin. He's sitting with me.
Wow, dimples.
He's sitting with me.
Chill, ghouls. Hunk sitting with me.
Not all of us were meant to do great things. She should be proud that she was born to do something so amazing.
I told her that.
Shh.
Sorry.
So that was Frights Camera Action, and...
Actually, it's not quite over just yet.
It's not?
Yeah, there's some clips that play during the closing credits, and, well...
I'm singing in a stain, just singing and flinging and singing. Ah!
No. 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 You do not get to end this movie with him. I will not accept this!
You forgot he was a voodoo doll, didn't you?
Yes.
Alright, let's ignore the stupid jackass voodoo doll, and you can tell us all what you thought of the movie.
Even with the noise that is Hoodooed, this is my favorite film in the Monster High series we reviewed so far. The story was excellent, the characters were amazing, -1, the animation has improved, and it did well on the mystery. Yes, there were moments that were obvious, mainly Elizabeth being Veronica and Rebecca having the vampire's heart, but it didn't distract from the story. Stoker is a great villain, not as great as Wisp, and showed he mean business and even controlling a person by threatening to do harm. Rebecca continues to be my favorite next to Operetta, with new favorites Honey Swap and Twilight too. And the film actually does a good job having Draculaura being the main character than in Why Do Ghouls Fall in Love. Overall, I recommend giving this film a shot if you can handle the bad comedy included on the side, that is.
Unfortunately, this is where I have to disagree. While it is a better Draculaura story than Why Do Ghouls Fall in Love, but then what wouldn't be, I kind of found the whole thing just kind of meh. Stoker didn't really seem to pose that much of a threat and didn't really do anything through the film. Nearly every plot point was telegraphed from a mile away, to the point that even kids watching this thing could easily spot what was going to happen. And even more so than usual, new characters are introduced because Mattel has to sell dolls, and then when they've done their bit, the movie literally kicks them out again. And why, Dude? Seriously, there's way too much time spent on his antics, and he sings the same damn song 5 times in this movie. There's comic relief, and then there's just annoying your audience. All in all, it's not terrible, but there's better movies in the series. Well, it's the end of the review, and I'm not seeing a key on my end.
I can make my arm again, but I don't sense anything yet. Ow! My head! Hold on, I'll be right back. Morgana? Morgana! Morgana! Oh my god. You okay, buddy? No! I was about to have lunch when that key landed on my head! Sorry about that. Wait. You're not drinking sake, are you?
No, that would be crazy. No, I don't drink it.
Yeah, I was right about that. I'm taking this with me, so that way there are no pink elephants running around this house. I don't want any pink elephants in this house.
Fine.
We got Ghoulia, and I just saved myself from fighting pink elephants again.
Pink elephants? I just thought that was that weird psychedelic sequence from Dumbo.
Not with a talking plus roommate, it's not. Trust me on that. So we have 9. Now we just need the information for cloak number 1, and we can get these things off us.
Okay, look, cards on the table. Do you really think this can work? Because honestly, our track record so far has not been that great.
I just want to try. Colin, I know you said this isn't my fault, but it is. You were dragged into this because of me. I'm supposed to protect people. Now I dragged one of my own friends into this? What am I supposed to do? I just hope that the information cloak number 1 gives us will be able to allow me to use a spell to get these off us before the deadline hits us. I don't want to be the cause of one of my friends' death. I really don't. What good is a magical girl supposed to protect people when she can't even protect herself?
You know what? I know we're probably going to wind up regretting this later, but I trust you. You need anything from me?
Yeah, the keys. Once I look over the information and get all the components I need to make the spell work, I'll give you a call and we can give this a shot.
Well, they're all right here. But I'm reserving the right to tell you I told you so if something goes wrong.
Where the cool kids rule. Monster, monster high, monster high, monster, monster high. Come on, don't be shy, monster high. A party never dies. Monster high, monster high, monster, monster high. Freaky, chic and fly, monster high. We're student bodies.
Hey, freaky's got me falling apart. Draculaura stealing my heart. Claudine Wolfie make me holler at the moon. And a uniform fish in this lagoon. Clear denial, you so beguiled. Even though you act so vile. And These are my boobs, my skeleton crew. A little strange, but so are you. Don't you wanna be a monster too?
Oh, freaky just got fabulous.